Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I last uploaded. I was pretty much busy with a lot of stuff that's happening, and I've been drawing here and there, but I didn't have a lot of time to record, so here is a speed drawing. So I am drawing Kaeya from Genshin Impact, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard of him. I haven't been playing a lot of Genshin Impact. I want to really badly. But I was so busy, and I'm hoping I have time to play more Genshin Impact. I'm sorry if I'm nervous. I've never do a voiceover. But so for this drawing, the first thing I did was I used my kneaded eraser and lightly erased the drawing. That way I can still see it, but it doesn't get in the way when I'm line arting. And the line art I am using is the Ohuhu Fineliners. So they're actually pretty good. If you're using watercolor, it doesn't bleed, it doesn't make a muddy mess. It's a pretty good marker, pretty good fine liner, so yeah, I actually like it. Now, I will say that line art is pretty difficult. I always have a hard time making smooth lines. And if you ever seen artists with when they do line art, they have the smoothest lines I've ever seen, and I really want to try make my line art better, but it's not easy. I go slow and make sure my lines are crisp and smooth, but I always feel less confident with my line art when it comes to traditionally. If it's digital, then it's not a big issue for me. I know how to do it digitally. Digital words are very hard. So yeah, I want to be confident in line art. So I mean, this sketch was pretty fun, but I feel like I could have done better with it. Okay, so I am actually erasing the rest of the lines with my kneaded eraser. And I am going over with the Ohuhu markers. I have the, the fine tip and the chisel tip for the skin tones, and then I have the 48 pack for the brush tones. Now, I will say that while I do like the skin tones for Ohuhu, and I should have wished that I bought the brush tones, the brush set, it was really hard to blend. I think I'm blending it wrong, to be honest, because anytime I try blending it, you can kind of see a wet mark or something. Later on you can see it because I go very close with the drawings. But yeah, they're very hard to blend, and when I use the brush ones, they're pretty easy to use. It's a little weird for me to get used to, but yeah, I mean, I think for this one it wasn't bad, but I think the next drawing I did for this one, you could really tell. Okay. We're gonna start with the hair color. So I'll be very honest, it was really hard to figure out Kaeya's hair color with the markers that I had. So I kind of guessed, and I had to look at references of what other people used for coloring. I didn't want to look exactly at the official art. I want to see oh, maybe other people who did the marker drawings, maybe they had it differently, and it was really hard. And his hair is very blue. I don't know why I decided to do this. This was no, I forget when I recorded this, July, I think. But I did like the way I shaded the hair. I think it looks great. I like the blending. I just wish I picked a better color instead of that very bright blue. That's gonna bother me so much. But the shading was fine. I enjoyed it. That's why I loved about the Ohuhu, the brush ones. It's so easy to blend, especially when you're doing the hair. Oh, it is beautiful. I wish I could have done more with this the white fur he has. I just used a gray color marker. I wish I could have done more for it. That was very lazy of me. So yeah, now I'm gonna go for his clothes. Like I put like the base colors I think first, which I always do. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna do the rest of the normally I do that, like I guess for maybe digital I do that, but I guess I'm doing whatever I want now because I don't remember what I did. I will say this right now. When I'm coloring the like for the gold or whatever yellow, I don't know why, I just enjoy it. It's relaxing. I don't know why. Like I like shading it. I like getting that gold look to it. Like that was fun. That's like very fun to like blend and get those colors to blend in well. So yeah. I'm still putting the base tones. I don't know what I'm doing. I should have. Okay, there we go. So yep, still adding more of the base tone. Maybe I am looking for some of the markers I should have pulled out. I know that later on I can put the shading, which obviously the shading is important. Oh no, I'm still putting more of the base color in. That's great. What was I doing? I don't know. Okay, now I think this is the part I do the shading. The shading was difficult. Okay, I guess I'm starting with the other hair, but shading is very difficult because when it's digital, it's easier to get the colors that I want working, but when it comes to like markers, it's kind of hard to do because you don't want like the colors to be all muddy, but then at the same time you have to be very quick about it. So it was really difficult to work with the markers because of the blending, and it was hard to work with the shadows and the lighting. It was not something that I was used to. Yeah, I should have moved the drawing up a little bit so you guys can see what I was doing at the bottom. That was my error. I guess like I thought it will capture the whole thing, but yeah, the downside with my camera is I don't have like a viewfinder, I think it's called, so I can't see what I'm doing. So yeah, that part is on me. That's my fault. So I think I'm pretty much done with the drawing. I'm just doing a little bit of touch-ups and, you know, making sure that everything is filled out correctly. I mean, it's a sketch. Like, I really don't care if it's, like, extremely perfect. If I have, like, a finished art, then, yeah, that's what I care about. But this is a sketch, so I'm just, like, making sure everything's fine. And here's a close-up. Now you can kind of see, like, there's little patches around, like, some of the blending, and it's a little messy. But yeah, here's this one, which was... I liked the first one. The second one was a little weird. And now, I have the full drawing of Kaeya. Now, for this one... instead of using Ohuhu Fineliners, I got these, I think it's called Staedtler Fineliners, and I think I got the 30 set. So it's not much, but it's enough to do like line art, and I wanted to try like working with different colors instead of like black, just black. I wanted to work with like, oh, dark blues and dark greens or dark yellows or something like that. So then the drawing has more of like, it pops up more than just black. So yeah, I will say that these these fine liners are not that bad. I actually enjoy them. Very smooth. I was going to go get the Stabilo, but I was just like, oh, should I get the Stabilo or should I get the Staedtler? Staedtler's very expensive. Not very expensive. Stabilo's cheaper, but Staedtler could be a little bit pricey, like a little bit. I know Michael's, like last time I checked, they sold like $64, but if you can buy them on Amazon, I think for this one I paid around $22, so it's not bad. But yeah, Stabilo is cheaper from what I've seen. So if you want to try something new, I guess go for Stabilo, but you know, you could find some good prices on Amazon. But I will say, like, all the information that I have for all the supplies that I use, I'll put in the description of what I use so you guys can check it out. So I am finishing up the line art. Should be done. Yeah, that should be everything. I guess I'm looking at the colors because I had like a color sheet. I should have that separate. So now I'm using my kneaded eraser to clean up the lines, which I love the kneaded eraser. Thank God I got it. I actually got this when I was in college when I took an art class. So yeah, it was really cool. It's one of my favorite supplies. Everyone should use it. Every artist should use it. Okay, so using the Ohuhu markers again, you can kind of, you can actually see the patchiness on that. Oop, I keep bumping my mic. And yeah, working with markers was very hard because you have to be very quick, but if you wait too long, you can see like a dark patch on top of it and it can get a little bit messy. It can look weird, and I'm still learning how to use markers. Hopefully I can get better at it and understand how markers work. But if you guys know any tips, please let me know in the comments below. So that would definitely help a lot. Yep, oh gosh, I'm starting with the blue and I'm starting with the hair. Oh gosh, why did I choose that color? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so bad. I still don't understand why I chose that hair color. Like, I know that's not his hair color. Like, it's not like that bright blue, but it's so much. I do wish I have like a bigger set for Ohuhu, because that way I have more colors to work with. It's kind of hard having like a 48 set. I mean, it's good to try out, but like I feel like later on, yeah, I need a bigger pack like to get used to the colors. But I will say I love the shading for the hair. That's my fun part. That was something I enjoyed working with the brush nib. It was fun. Like, oh, it is very therapeutic for me. So yeah, just putting the darker shade on it. And I do that throughout the rest of the hair. And I think what I do also is I take the base color again, and then I will blend it with it, so it blends throughout like the hair. Actually, what I also did was, even after putting the base color, I still use that base color again once everything is dry. So there's a like a darker layer on top, so I'm not using any other markers. So yeah, so I'm still learning, but it's gonna take me a while to understand how markers work. If it's color pencils, oh yeah, I know how to use color pencils. If it's digital, okay, I know how to do digital. Markers is just a weird medium for me to use. Okay, next, putting the rest of the gold color, which is my favorite part, because the blending for that is like amazing, and I love picking out the colors for the gold. Yeah, I don't know if I like, okay, I think I'm putting the base colors now, which that's what I always do. Whenever I'm working with anything, I always put the base colors. Oh, a good tip, if you have a colorless blender, you can actually clean up some of the marker, like if it's over like the lines, and that's what I do. I never knew that that's how you use the colors blender. I've also learned that if you put it on like the colorless blender first and then like the skin tone or the hair tone, you get like a very smooth look, so you don't get that patchy look that I said before. So there you go, there's some cool tips that I've learned, and I'm pretty sure some people learned, but if you didn't, then there you go, there's a new tip. I wish I could do better with the that white fur, like maybe I put like more depth to it. There's not a lot of grays in that marker set. There's like 4, so it's kind of hard to work with. I wish there was a little bit more grays or more like gray tones, so because then that would be very easy to work with, but there's just not a lot. I think I'm looking more like, oh, what color was Kaeya's like outfit? I forgot, because I think I recorded this like the next day or a week after, so I forgot. So if you see me flipping through, I just look at the sketches I did before. And yeah, I'm putting like his the coat thingy, this whatever, the collar or whatever on, filling that up. I would say that this is probably one of my favorite Kaeya drawings. This was really fun. I like this one more. I don't know how I feel about the other two. I think the top one was my favorite. The bottom one, he just looks a little weird. So this one and the top one is probably my favorite when working with it with the markers. And that's pretty much it. You can see the full drawing. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like and comment down below what other videos you want to see. And I'll see you guys then.